Good morning and welcome to the CSL Greater Baltimore 10 a.m. meditation. My name is Sue Monahan and I'm the practitioner for the day. So let's just begin by taking 3 deep breaths, breathing in conscious breath, inhaling life and exhaling life. Inhaling peace and exhaling peace. Inhaling love and exhaling love. Just release and let go of anything that happened before you came to this meditation. Any anticipation of the service or anything that you have to do later. Right here, right now, this sacred time is for you. This sacred place is for you. You deserve it, and it is a sacred spiritual practice. Now I invite you to check in with your body. Do a scan from your toes to the crown of your head, using deep breaths. Find anywhere that you may be holding tension. And use your breath to inhale life. Exhale life into these areas. Using our breath, we have come into sacred alignment. We are aligned with the divine nature of our being. Today's affirmation is, the work of my soul is creating a life that matters. The work of my soul is creating a life that matters. What we choose to do and how we choose to do it is our work. Sometimes work can feel like a chore, a means to a paycheck to survive. Sometimes fear comes in as we fear that we're not living our purpose. Our choice is to remember that we are always co-creating. This week's summary says we are spiritual beings living out a spiritual experience in this world 24/7, 365. Let us think of our purpose in this fashion. We are finding the good in the work we do. See yourself in your current situation. Honor yourself in this position, releasing any judgment of good or bad. Then let us dare to imagine the best possible situation. And yes, gardening, traveling, singing, walking, exercising, self-care, all are ways of expressing. Each job, function, situation is an opportunity of conscious awareness to appreciate and accept yourself. We are not just working. We are co-creating the life we choose. I invite you to sit and meditate in this space and see your life, your choices, as meaningful, as fulfilling, and in partnership with the divinity that you are. Feel the goodness of your life. Let the spirit that you are feel joyous contentment. your mind wanders or you get lost in your thoughts. Bring yourself back using your breath. And you can repeat the affirmation. The work of my soul is creating a life that matters. The work of my soul is creating a life that matters. As we end this meditation, I invite you into the divine spiritual practice of prayer. Breathing in, accepting that this breath is a gift of life, that every breath is a gift of life, that every breath allows us to move into our divinity, knowing that there's only one here, one power, one presence. I call that God. I call that spirit. I call that cosmic energy flow, divine intelligence. Whatever name I give it, it cannot encompass the allness that is spirit expressing in each and every life through each and every one of us. We are the joy and the delight and the beloved of the divine energy source that is spirit. That which created all in its likeness and image and called it good. That is what we are. We are this divine essence co-creating. In every moment that we are conscious of it, we are doing the work of our soul. We are expressing goodness. We are expressing greatness. We just allow that to sink in. We know this truth and we now experience this truth, this feeling in and as and through our bodies, knowing that we live and move 24/7, 365 as the divine expressing, as only it can through each one of us. We are each unique, magnificent sparks of the divine, each one on time, in place, and in space, right here and right now, living and creating on this earth plane, joyously expressing ourselves as divine energy flow, allowing that to be, even in moments when it doesn't feel like that, even in moments of uncertainty, of fear, of insecurity. We can go to that deep place in that deep space of spirit calling to us, of always knowing our sacredness, our divinity, our connection to the divine, which can never be broken. There never is a spot where God is not. And I declare right now that it's good, that we are in this flow, as this flow, because we are the flow itself. We accept this. We graciously acknowledge this. We breathe into this and we smile. We name and declaim with our I am statements. We know I am, you are, we are this life expressing. I am, you are, we are doing the work of the divine. And it is good. It is so good. So I give gratitude for this moment. I give gratitude for coming together in this meditation, in this prayer work, in this service, being able to celebrate ourselves, to celebrate each other, to listen to the words of the divine as it comes up through each one of us. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. And it is good. It is so good. So I release this treatment into the law. I trust and surrender that the highest and best good is unfolding in my life now, in the life of each one that is listening now or later, in the life of our divine community. It is all God. It is all good. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Namaste.
In the beginning, there was light. In the beginning, there was nothing else. Then she came and gave us her breath. And now we have life. We have life. We have life. We have life. We have in the center of it all, we have questioning. In the center of it all, we are asleep. In the center of it all, we have happy endings. And we realize there's so much we've yet to see. We have life. 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 Now at the end of it all, we can see there was no you, there is no me. Our blindness to love was our downfall. There's only light after all. Sing with me, we have life. 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 Keep going, yeah. We have life. We have life. We have life. We have life.
Mm. Whew. God morning. We have life. Right on time. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Whew. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's virtual service. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I am your host, Tracy Rhymes. Our speaker is our spiritual director, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. Our musician is Sahffi Lynne. Serving as today's practitioner who led the pre-service meditation is Sonya, assisting with making this service open, inviting, and accessible to the deaf community are our sign language interpreters, Dedra Wilcher and Sonya Chavis. On behalf of Reverend Dr. Ray, thank you for your service. At CSLGB, every Sunday is an invite a friend or family member Sunday. Make sure you spread the love and invite someone to service. We would love to have them hang out with us. Because we have life. Has been part of this teaching since 2004. She has been a practitioner since 2013. Sue believes that we are the point of power in our lives, that our essence is spiritual and it is good. It is her desire to let Spirit reveal this wonderful truth through her. Sue is committed to LGB's vision that we are demonstrating a world that works for all. One life-affirming thought, word, feeling, deed, and one human interaction at a time. We all make a difference in other people's lives. May our light shine for all to see.
Good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore, and welcome. Just breathing in, we're invited to partake of this amazing service. Breathing in and knowing the truth that there's one power and that it's expressing through all life. Each and every one of us is the divine in form. Each and every one of us offers opportunities to be creative, to co-create a life that works for ourselves and works through our center to reach more and more people, creating a world that works for all. I'm so grateful for coming together today to hear this service, to listen to the magnificent minister of distinction, Reverend Raymont Anderson, for our host with the most, Tracy Rhymes, our sign language interpreters, Dedra and Sonya, and our beautiful, inspirational, musical artist, Sahffi. I'm grateful and honored to be here as the practitioner for the opening prayer and for the spiritual practices. It is an honor, and I am delighted. Giving gratitude for this day, being grateful for all that are in attendance or will listen later. All is well. All is well. And so it is.
The Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's community, honors the world's religions. One tree, many branches. One mountain, many paths. One world, many religions and spiritual traditions. With the lighting of these candles on the first Sunday of each month, we not only honor each person on their select path, but we also bless them and recognize the light, the love, and the life-affirming nature of spirit as it shows itself in each path, in each practice, and in each person.
It's time for some announcements. Are you ready? Okay. Study, learn, and grow with the science of mind and spirit and the Thursday night study groups. Yes. Visit Center for Spiritual Living, GreaterBaltimore.org to learn how to participate, enroll. Visit CSLGreaterBaltimore.org to learn how to participate, enroll in the discovery class, and know what Reverend Dr. Ray is teaching in the larger CSL community and beyond. The Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore Quarterly Magazine is now available. Woo! If you're not excited, I am. It's an awesome thing. To get your digital copy today, visit CSLGreaterBaltimore.com and go to the events or media page. In honor of International Day of Peace, the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore is hosting a World Peace Party, and you are invited to participate. On Saturday, September 17th, noon to 7 p.m., with a rain date of September the 24th at Ruscombe Mansion Community Health Center in Baltimore, Maryland. For more information, contact Dana Cole or Nancy Rosenberg. For a full list of news and events and ways you can volunteer to serve, go to our website, CSLGreaterBaltimore.com/events. To receive a daily text and voicemail from Reverend Dr. Ray and be inspired to join, type 833-663-9021 to begin receiving your daily inspiration. I messed that up, but you can do it. You got the message. Do it. 833-663-9021 to join. Here at CSLGB, we live as answered prayer because prayer works. What? Prayer works. We, as a community, continue to treat and move our feet, knowing the truth for everyone around the planet. Prayer requests can be sent at any time via email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Sahffi Lynne is an international singer, songwriter, and vocal coach whose mission is to offer her music and teachings as medicine to open and connect our collective heart. Her spirit-inspired performances and channeled original songs have taken her melodies around the world, and her own vocal ladder method of teachings, singing has lifted her students' voices and souls. Sign up for her monthly emails from Sahffi on her website, Sahffi.com, or subscribe to her YouTube channel for weekly new videos. Just search Sahffi. And Sahffi's new album, Pulse Evolution, is out. Visit Sahffi.bandcamp.com. Take it away, Sahffi. Cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sonya. I just wanted to mention this song, Blessed We Are, I'm about to perform, is by Paya. The other two songs I'm sharing with you today are mine. And so thank you so much for having me as always. I love seeing all of you. I see you in my heart. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints, to carry the sound. We hold a prayer for the earth, for the days yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints, to carry the sound. We hold the prayer for all life, for the ones yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Remember why you came here. Remember this life is sacred. Remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We hold a prayer for the earth, for the days yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We hold a prayer for life, for the ones yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Remember why you came here. Remember this life is sacred. Remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Woo! Ay, 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 ay. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Please sing with me, yeah. Ay, 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 yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 Blessed we are to dance on this ground with the rhythm of saints to carry the sound. We hold a prayer for all life, for the ones yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song.
Thank you, Sahffi. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, yo, yo. Okay, stop it, Tracy. Reverend Ray moves me out of the stream. And we breathe. All right. Sue returns to lead us in a spiritual practice.
Good morning again. Thank you, Sahffi. That was amazing. I was singing here along with that too. So today's spiritual practice is taken from this month's Science of Mind magazine article, and it's called You Better Work It by Reverend Dr. Andrea Earl. She says, my favorite scripture is Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the wicked, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is the law of Jehovah, and on his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the streams of water, that bringeth forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also doth not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. She continues, I understand and embrace this scripture as a reminder that my true delight is directly connected to my willingness and ability to place and keep my attention on my intention for the highest and best. I have work to do, and this is my work, our work. Working it means we divert our attention from the condition, tune out race consciousness, laser our focus on our divine intention, and accept any paradox in this effort towards our desired outcome. The divine law mirrors our faith, and our demonstration must follow. Psalms 1 illumines our work. It shines light on how we must daily reset our minds, recharge our hearts, and set ourselves on course. Ernest Holmes elucidates the wisdom and practicality of this scripture, saying, "The one who wishes scientifically to work out his problems must daily take the time to meditate and mentally treat the condition. No matter what the apparent contradictions may be, he is working silently in the law, and the law will find an outlet through his faith in it." When we meditate on the law, both day and night, we activate our sacred recognition of the divine. The law nourishes the tree of our consciousness, rooted in faith and nurtured by our delight in it. Prosperity, the abundance of all things good, is the fruit we can rightfully expect and anticipate in its season, always in perfect time, space, and form. It works as we work it. When we do our individual and collective work, we have work to do. As the Isley brothers sang, "I got work to do." Everybody's got work to do. Oh, so much work to do, baby. Meditate day and night. You better work it. So giving gratitude for this understanding of working day and night, that just our breath, breathing in consciously and releasing it, is working it. We understand and recognize that that one power lives and moves and has its being through each one of us, that divine energy flow, day and night, breath by breath, moment by moment. We are the co-creators of our life. We are the divine in expression, and it is good. It is so good. So as we move into this lesson, we give thanks and joy, understanding and recognizing that the highest and best is unfolding for us. We are the ones that we've been waiting for, and it is so good. I say amen, ashe, and so it is.
I got work to do. I got a job. Okay. All right. Focus, Tracy. Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson is an ordained Centers for Spiritual Living minister, serving the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore community as our spiritual director. As a lifelong learner with a passion for self-development, personal transformation, transmutation, and transfiguration, he has frequently been referred to as a Renaissance man and visionary New Thought leader who makes complex metaphysical concepts readily understandable and applicable. His mission is to live, move, and be an active member of society who serves to educate, elucidate, and emancipate people and communities to awaken and empower themselves. ACTIVE is an acronym that stands for authentic, compassionate, transparent, inspired, vibrant, empowered. And he continues to live his bliss as a teacher, minister, author, workshop, and seminar facilitator, visual artist, ASL interpreter, ASL performing artist, mentor, father, grandfather, and more. I give you Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, I'm calling about Tracy Rhymes. Yeah, she's. Oh, sorry, I'm in service right now. But at your earliest convenience, can y'all find a room for her? Because, in the words of someone famous, oh no, Tracy, focus. Okay, sorry, I got to do service now. Okay, bye. Hey, everybody, what's up? What's happening? So, as you've already heard, whether it's via music, via the morning pre-service meditation, whether it's the in-service spiritual practice, like you've heard that today we are talking about work and what that means yet again. So you may remember, if you were with us last week, we had our amazing kitty cat with us, letting us know about this whole work concept. But we're talking about work in a different way today. Today, we're talking about work as it applies to living on purpose. Specifically, we're going to talk about these two concepts related to work. What is your vocation, quote unquote, and what is your calling? Because, see, oftentimes we use these interchangeably. Someone will say, so my vocation is blah, blah, blah. My occupation is blah, blah, blah. My calling is blah, blah, blah. And yet there are times when these, they interweave and they overlap. But if we dig deeper, because what we're talking about is the spiritual truths, the spiritual essence of what this all means, then ultimately it comes down to the point of living your purpose on purpose, consciously living your purpose. Now, I know, I hear you, that for many of us, that whole idea of, but Reverend Ray, I don't know what my purpose is. So pause for a moment and breathe. No, you're not. No, for real. Pause for a moment and breathe. Because this whole idea of purpose, based upon our culture and society, has caused us a great deal of turmoil and confusion, because we think purpose is based upon what culture and society have determined or dictated for us, rather than purpose meaning your life has meaning. Whatever gives your life meaning is your purpose. Now you may be saying, but wait, that doesn't help me at all. What gives my life meaning? What is my reason for being? I hear you. And take a breath. Because once again, we are being invited to separate the concept from the construct of our culture and society. Because for as long as we follow that concept, then we are going to be bound by whatever culture and society says. So your purpose is to earn a lot of money. Your purpose is to work by the sweat of your brow. Your purpose is to, right? Because culture and society, it's built on capitalism, the toxic patriarchy, all of this stuff. So your purpose has nothing to do with any of that. Your purpose is where your passion, where your vibrancy comes to life. the most important reason or purpose for someone or something's existence. What makes you smile? What makes you light up? What makes you get up in the morning ready to go? And I don't care if it's Monday morning, Sunday morning, I don't care what day of the week it is. If we are living on purpose and we are living in a way that demonstrates our meaning, then we are excited about the start of a new day. You taking that in? Because I know think about our culture and society. Monday is a day to dread. Oh, it's Monday. Why? Why would you dread Monday but be excited about hump day? Or it's Friday? Or, oh yeah, it's club Saturday. Oh, or it's let us go to church Sunday. Wait a minute. Sue said there's not a spot where God is not. So then that same reverence that we have on Sunday, why would we not have that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? You get my point? When we are living on purpose, when we are living out our meaning, then that reverence, that holiness, that sacredness, that fun, that joyous laughter is brought into every day, every moment of our lives. Now, yes, there are going to be moments. There are going to be moments where we may not necessarily feel it because things are happening, but it's still there. It's always present. Just like electricity. Electricity is always present. This thing called oxygen, this thing called air, these things called hydrogens and oxygen molecule, they're always present. Breathe. In the book 365, Science of Mind, we are invited to understand that there is an inner meaning to everything, and inside to every fact, a hidden cause within every visible effect. This cause is spirit. Now, if you were paying attention, you heard Sue reference this idea during the spiritual practice that divine law mirrors our faith. And oftentimes we think of faith as this holy aspect of our beliefs. But faith, you can have faith in the thing that you fear. You have faith in the thing that you fear, which is why you experience worry. Because worry is a counter use of a life-affirming faith. And if that is what we are doing, then this thing, this law of mind in action, receives that and creates that into a visible effect. We're going to experience where and how we invest and put our energy. So are we doing so consciously based upon meaning and purpose, passion, conscious creation, rather than by default, rather than by the collective mass consciousness? There is an inner meaning to everything and inside to every fact, a hidden cause within every visible effect. And this first cause is spirit. Are we in alignment with it? Are we operating with it? Ernest Holmes says, there is a power for good greater than I am, greater than you are, and you can use it. And you've heard me say it very often. I tweak it. There is a power that is infinite goodness itself. And that greatness is incarnating itself as you and I. And that power that it is, we cannot help but to use it because it is all there is. It is always acting upon itself. So the question is, are you using? Are you embodying it consciously? Breathe. And when we talk about this idea of the call, when the call comes, what call? Where is the call coming from? Well, that's a different question, because part of the question is, regardless of where it comes from, do you answer? When the call comes, okay, let's take, for example, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., pre-civil rights involvement. What called him to become involved? Gandhi was a lawyer before Gandhi became the Gandhi that we all know. What called him into action? What called Mother Teresa into ministry? What called, you got my drift. What is this thing? There is an inner power and presence that is always at work. Once again, this divine power and presence is all there is. It is not an outside anthropomorphic thing tapping on your shoulder. It is that inner, intuitive, loving divinity that is incarnating itself as you. Do you listen? When your intuition calls, do you answer? When inspiration calls, do you answer? Because all of those are the ways that Spirit is calling for our own. Imagine for a second that there's a caterpillar. Is there something that calls the caterpillar to become a butterfly? And does the caterpillar have a choice? Hey. Oh, man, Dedra, look, they're calling, the Butterfly Guild is calling me again. They want me to renew my membership and go ahead and metamorphosism, whatever the thing. Hello? No, I'm comfortable with this make and model. No, I don't want to be a butterfly. Nope. Okay, remove me from the list. You don't need to call me. Does a caterpillar have the opportunity, the option to deny? No, because when that nature calls, that metamorphosis calls, it must occur. See, but because we have this conscious mind, we can choose not to answer inspiration. Sahffi could, now Sahffi doesn't, but Sahffi could choose to say, "Oh, I feel a song wanting to be, no, I will not." And we all know Sahffi will not say, "I will not," when inspiration, when song arises. But we could. I could say, "No, I don't want to do ministry anymore. No, I don't want to do art anymore. No, I don't want." I could say no. No, I don't want to do equity and justice work anymore. I could refuse to answer, thereby limiting myself. What did Sue say? No matter the contradictions. No matter the contradictions. Now, the etymology of contradiction is to have an opposition, but it is also a hostility. We oftentimes embody the hostilities of culture and society, thereby contradicting our own desires and our own self-worth. And let's be mindful that the antonym, the opposite of contradiction, is to be steeped in and anchored in that which is true. Breathe that in for a moment. Because this idea, as Thomas Merton invites us, this idea of discovering vocation does not mean scrambling towards some promotion, some financial prize, some brass ring. It does not mean scrambling towards some prize, just always, just beyond my reach. But it is accepting the treasure of true self that I already possess, because that which is the truest nature of me possesses me. There cannot be a separation between what I am and what I am. Because the I am that I am always and forever, as are you. So discovering our vocation is accepting the treasure of your divinity, accepting the truth of your power and presence that you already possess. What we see comes from what we do not see. Through some inner intelligence at work, divine spirit, divine law, the creative process, which knows there is no power other than itself. The Bible references a house divided, right? You cannot serve two masters. Same thing with this idea of faith. Do you have faith in that which is true, or do you have faith in that which is false? Because that which is true knows that it has no opposition. There is no contradiction to that power, that presence, that love. Are you in alignment with that? Are you willing to be in alignment with that? Are you allowing that call to call you forward into your vocation, into your meaning, into your purpose? Vocation, a strong feeling of suitability for a particular work, a particular action or activity. I know it says career, occupation, blah, blah, blah. A strong feeling of suitability, alignment with a particular work, a particular activity, a particular action. Someone's chosen, because you choose your vocation, chosen activity, chosen form of expression that may show up as occupation, as job. However, it is the expression of your own divine self-worth. It is how you show up professionally in your life. Am I a professional Raymont Anderson, or am I operating as an amateur Raymont Anderson? A couple of weeks ago, might have been last week, I don't know. Time does not exist. I referenced this idea that Holmes talks about in the extension study course, where he says Yeshua, Jesus, commanded the law and operated as one who knew his divine authority, not as a scribe. Jesus operated in this level of professionalism. He knew he was a professional Yeshua, a master Christ, not an amateur, not a scribe. Are you? Are you a professional? Are you working to be a professional? Because once again, it already is the truth of your being. Our opportunity is to accept it. So when we talk about this idea of, well, what's my purpose? What is my purpose? Well, let's explore this idea of the circles of purpose. One, what are you paid to do? If you're paid to do anything, but what are you paid to do? Well, what are you passionate about? What do you love to do? Are there things that you are passionate about? What does the world need? And lastly, what are you exceptionally good or great at doing? Because these circles, while oftentimes viewed separately because of our culture and society, our invitation is to Venn diagram them and intersect them and recognize that that place in the center is our purpose. When we can find a place that says, I love to do this, I'm really good at this, the world needs that, and I can get paid for it, and put them together, X marks the spot. Now breathe, because oftentimes this is mistakenly referenced for ikigai, which you heard me or saw referenced on a slide before, the Japanese concept of ikigai. It is not this, right? Ikigai is not the intersection of these things, because ikigai is not necessarily purpose the way we traditionally think of purpose. But ikigai is how you masterfully, beautifully live every day. And therefore, those intersecting places are your reasons. Reasons, because you can have more than one. It is the manner in which you live life fully. You actively pursue and you enjoy what you are doing. You are in, joy, Joy. You are in it. That's ikigai. And yes, you may have several things that bring this to you. The manner in which you are living will change for the better in 4 core areas: your life meaning, your life purpose, life freedom, key word, life freedom, freedom. Did you hear what I said? Freedom and growth. Meaning in your life through your interpersonal connections, your friends, your family, your community, intimate relationships, all of those things, and all of your creative pursuits. All of this is ikigai. You are satisfied. You are content. You are not necessarily striving and working to attain, but I'm content. Now, does that mean I don't continue to? No, because the creative process is ever, ever, ever expanding, but I am content. I do not need to compete with the Joneses. I am content. My own power and presence, and yet I also experience divine discontentment in when I see racism or homophobia or transphobia in the world. My divine discontent moves me into action. My reason for living, my ikigai, moves me into action. You have a sense of purpose. There is something that is mine to do, to contribute to my family, to contribute to the world, to contribute to my employment, my workplace if I have one, or if I'm retired. Where is that place that I am a beneficial presence and I have something to contribute? You have gratitude. You have an attitude of gratitude. Once again, a true sense of freedom. Freedom and joy in the quote unquote little things and in your practices of your daily rituals. Are you grateful to brush your teeth, to comb your hair for those who have hair? I'm grateful that I have one of those things that I can, cut my hair. Tracy gifted me where I don't have to shave my scalp. I'm grateful for the little things, the opportunity to shave, the opportunity to have a smartphone or a timer to keep me on track so Tracy doesn't have to, ring the gong and let me know you've been talking for 77 minutes. Hush up now. Grateful for the little things, freedom to express your hobbies, your interests, your passions. You are never bored because you always know that there is more that you are called to do. And even during challenging times, those contradictory times that Sue mentioned, even with quote unquote negative or life challenges, those challenges that feel non-life affirming, the death of a loved one, the potential or impending death of a loved one, the loss of a job, all of these things. Today is September 11th, acts of terrorism, all of these things that occur in our world, the contradictory status of the queen made her transition, and yet there are those who are ready to dismantle the colonization of the monarchy and all of the harm that it has done. All of these things exist. And even with all of these challenges, all of these contradictions, all of these paradoxes, all of the pain, all of the grief, all of the sadness, all of the frustration, all of the anger. Even with all of it, your ikigai guides us to a life-affirming way of being in the world, because ikigai ultimately lets us know that God is everywhere present. God is all there is all the time. And because that power and presence is present everywhere all the time, present in, through, and as you, your mind, God's mind, your words, God's words, your feelings and emotions, God's feelings and emotions, your actions, God's actions, then in any moment we get to choose how to steward all of this, our calling, our purpose, our vocation, our occupation, all of this. Because as Ernest Holmes says, God is ever going forth into new expression, new expansive expression. And every word we speak, every thought we think is a furthering in this creative process, this creative activity of God, as God, through God, with God, at the level of our expression, our embodiment of this divinity, our expression of God, our embodiment of God. He goes on to say, the word is not something that speaks itself. There is an intelligence that speaks the word. Therefore, the initial movement of the creative sequence, the creative process, is absolute intelligence. And that absolute intelligence is what is incarnating itself as you. Therefore, you have access to that absolute intelligence. So when you say things like, oh, I'm just not good at balancing my checkbook, are you affirming absolute intelligence? Well, once you reach a certain age, the first thing to go, are you affirming and declaring absolute intelligence? Or are you, as Sue said, are you using your faith, and divine law mirrors, are you using your faith to affirm and declare? Is that what you're using it for? To declare lack? Because the law works. What do we say? It works when you work it. And the law says yes. Divine law mirrors, it receives, it says yes. So when you say, I'm not smart, I'm not good at, I don't have, blah, 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 the law says yes. And creation conspires in some way, shape, or form to mirror back to you what you have declared, what you have spoken as law unto your life. Is that what you want to work in your life? You get to choose. Again, Holmes says, the starting point of all creation is the word of spirit. Now, that word of spirit is your word, your thoughts, your mental equivalent is the word of spirit. The word is the concept, the idea, the image, the thought of God, because there's only one mind. It is the self-knowing mind speaking, expressing itself into manifestation. The word back of everything is this initial cause, is its initial cause. So whatever it is you are thinking, speaking, doing, feeling is playing a part in this. Because when we talk about something calling us to action, we can also call to action. Am I calling the universal law of mind in action? Am I calling it to bring to me lack, scarcity, fear, dread, etc.? My word made flesh. What am I calling when we work? Our occupation, There is something we do in order for there to be something we create or produce. Because, one of the things that our jobs, our occupations is we get evaluated on our productivity. Am I meeting the standards of the occupation? In our lives, am I matching in alignment productivity with what I claim I want to produce or experience in my life? Breathe. The sequence of the creative starts with this absolute intelligence, then the word, then the law, and then the thing. That's the sequence of creative order. Absolute intelligence, the one mind. That mind is your mind. Then the word. What do you say? What do you express? What do you feel? What are you putting into the law, which always says yes? And once it receives demonstration and manifestation, are you in alignment with that process? Because you're always working the process. Breathe. So I mentioned Gandhi before, and these are credited as Gandhi's 7 dangers to human virtue. Wealth without work. Pleasure without conscience. Knowledge without character. Business without ethics. Science without humanity. Religion without, quote unquote, sacrifice, meaning the release of ego, surrendering and releasing and simply being in a state of non-attachment. And politics without principle. Now, I'm going to simply leave this with you as you meditate on and marinate on what this means to have work, to do work, to have conscience, to have character, to be ethical, to be humane, to release and surrender, and to operate based upon principle. Because as W.H. Auden says, you owe it to all of us. You owe it to the world. You owe it to life itself to get on with what you are good at. You owe it to creation itself to express your passion, your bliss, your desires, your deserving. Bring it to the world. That's how we manifest a world that works for all. This week's practice: journal, meditate, contemplate. Are you living the life that you have imagined? 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when you were 5, what did you imagine your life would be like when you were at the age you are now? Are you living that life? If you are, how so? And if not, how would you like to change and live that life now? How would you like to reimagine your life and live that? Number 2, how do you think the world could be different if every person took the internal calls of life more seriously? If everybody listened to their song, if everybody heard that divine inner voice, that divine inner expression, that divine inner love, if everyone listened to it, embraced it, embodied it, and lived it, how might the world be different? And then lastly, have a conversation with 3 people about the meaning of this quote by Henry J.M. Newen. In a world so torn apart by rivalry, anger, and hatred, we have the privileged vocation to be living signs of a love that can bridge all divisions and heal all wounds. And also, the role you and your spiritual community have the role you play in helping people find their vocation and their voice / the word of creation in their life, and support them in living that into being. Breathe. This week's affirmation declaration, if you feel aligned, say it with me on the second go round. I will say it first. The work of my soul is creating a life that matters, realizing that my life matters. Together, the work of my soul is creating a life that matters. Breathe. Breathe as we avail ourselves to the love, the grace, the majesty, and the beauty of our beloved Sahffi, who is gracing us and gifting us with the gift of song, that passion that Sahffi has, that bliss that Sahffi expresses, that divinity that Sahffi embodies. And as Sahffi gifts it to us, presents it to us, graces it with us, we then have the opportunity to receive that call, to receive that gift, and thereby mirror that out into the world. So open your hearts, open your minds, open your divinity and your soul itself to our beloved Sahffi and this gift. Much love and appreciation, Sahffi.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Ray. What a powerful morning listening to you. And I was happy to finally say, yes, I get to do what I love. Feels good. It's a long road, I know. So it's nice to hear the reminders. All right, let's sing it together. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. Ooh. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. Watch now what you're doing it for. Look out, we are coming in force. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. You got it? The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. Watch out what you're doing it for. Look now, we are coming in force. The devil that lives in your heart lives next door to the God in you. The devil that lives in your heart lives next door to the God in you. Which one will you feed? Which one will you receive? The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. Sing it. The Creator created me to live the life I choose. Which one will I choose? Will I win or lose? The Creator created me to be the creator of my own life. Let's make it personal, eh? I'm feeling it. The Creator created me to be the creator of my own life. The Creator created me to be the creator of my own life. The Creator created me to be the creator of my own life. The Creator created me to be the creator of my own life. Yeah, thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. See here, listen here. I don't know if y'all, I don't know if y'all was singing. I don't know if y'all was listening, but listen here. The Creator incarnated itself as you. It incarnated, expressing itself as you, so that you can be the creator of your own life in order to live the life that you choose. Yeah. See, we should have just let Sahffi sing that. We called that Sunday. Like that in and of itself was a Sunday message. Thank you.
Let me tell you, you're so welcome. And I feel everybody feeling that.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
Listen, you know, when you do energy work, you know, it like comes out like coughing. All of you have probably done some energy healing, comes off coughing, yawning. I'm like in the middle of a song. I'm like, oh, I can't sing. I know y'all are singing and feeling it. So
Amen.
thank you so
Amen.
much. Thank you. Amen. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Sahffi. Yes. Yes. Woo. Pause and breathe. Breathe and feel all of that energy that Sahffi is talking about, all that energy that Sahffi graced us with, all that energy that is right now circulating in our minds, our hearts, our spirits, our homes, our apartments, our lives, our cars, wherever we are, God is. Breathe. So at this moment of service, we bring that energy into this practice of the law of circulation. We understand that, what did Sahffi just say? To live the life that we choose, to demonstrate and manifest the community that we choose, to demonstrate and manifest, to create and to experience the CSL Greater Baltimore that we choose. The Creator created you, incarnated itself as you to be the creator of this beloved community. And all of the ways that we show up, all of the ways that we serve, all of the ways that we participate in the law of circulation, time, talent, treasure, tithes, all of it brings that divine energy of creation. And what did Sue say? The divine law mirrors. So when we express our faith financially, the divine law mirrors. When we express our faith with fun and fellowship, the divine law mirrors. When we express, you got my point. So the practitioners of distinction here at CSL Greater Baltimore, because they believe it, they trust it, they use it. So they have pledged on top of their regular monthly tithes, $50,000 by the end of the year. At this present moment, it is $20,095. The community's matching pledge, also on top of their regular tithes, $50,000 by the end of the year, and at present, $4,525. Now, how do you offer, donate, tithe? Postal mail, text messaging, Givelify, which if y'all can believe it, Tracy is finally on Givelify, or PayPal. If you ever have questions, our magnificent and marvelous treasurer, Sue Monahan, will be more than happy to assist you with how you can donate, tithe, offer. Also, if you want to split a certain portion, say you want to, because there's still time, to give a certain, offering donation to the Peace Party, you want to also give to music ministry, the New Building Fund, just reach out to Sue and she can explain all of the ways that are most easily accessible to do so. And if you ever have other questions or want to know more, see more, read more, feel free to visit the website. Now, here at CSL Greater Baltimore, when we declare financial wealth and abundance, because we understand that God is all there is, this declaration is wealth, abundance, prosperity, and opulence in all of the areas of our lives: love, joy, family relationships, and friendships, and all of that, like wealth and abundance and prosperity and opulence in all of those life-affirming energies that Sahffi just mentioned, right? So if you feel in alignment with that, as well as financial, then let's declare this together. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all. Breathe. Breathe and acknowledge your own divinity. Breathe and acknowledge how awesome you are. Breathe and acknowledge how truly amazing, awesome, fantastic you are. And gift yourself the opportunity to be grateful. Like, what did Sahffi say? How grateful Sahffi is to be able to do what Sahffi loves to do. To do healing processes with groups of people, to travel, to give money to various indigenous peoples so that their work may continue to uplift the energy of the planet, to be able to play music, to offer the gift, the love of song. Gift yourself that gratitude. I am grateful for that which I am. I am grateful for that which I do. I am grateful for that which I am being in the world, because we are grateful for you. Now, today, after service, after this, because we're getting ready to wrap this up, over in the Zoom room, Sue, our amazing practitioner of distinction today, is available there to pray with you, pray for you, pray about you, knowing the highest and best for whatever it is you bring before her. So if that's a condition you want to change, Sue will do so. If that's I'm good, Sue, I'm really good, and you want more of that, then that as well is what Sue will anchor and know. And what did we say? What did Sue say? The divine law says yes, it receives and mirrors back to that which our faith. You got that? Cool. So once you get over in the Zoom room, simply type the word prayer in the chat box and Tracy will put you in a breakout room with Sue, the splendid, spectacular, and is splendiferous a word? Splendiferous. Okay, it's time to pray. Simply anchoring in this moment, recognizing the goodness of all that is as it breathes itself, lives itself, thinks itself, creates itself in, through, and as each and every person here watching live, watching the recording, each and every person, no matter where in the world they are serving or worshiping or meditating or praying or whatever they are working today. That divine goodness is everywhere. It is everyone. It is everything. So in this moment right now, as I recognize that, then I know that the people over in rice paddies, the divinity of God is there. Those people who are building walls and bridges, the divinity of God is there. Those people who are defending water and protecting trees in the Amazon, the divinity of God is there. That no matter where in the world, what in the world, the divinity of God is there. And right here and right now, as we recognize this divinity, the divine law that mirrors back to us is mirroring back to us love, unity, unification, peace, harmony, cooperation, collaboration, communication, justice, equity, food, water, land preservation. And that which is the law says yes. And that divine law mirrors it back to us. And therefore, that is our experience. I name it, I claim it, I receive it, and I expect with absolute certainty that that demonstration is already in the works. It is already manifesting. It is already ours, a world that works for all. And so now, as I surrender this, knowing that the law has done its part, I do mine and move my feet accordingly. For if I have faith in that, then my life must mirror that as well. And it will, and it does, and it is. And so it is, and now it is, and together we say, yes, and so it is. Amen, ashe, aho. Blessings, love, and appreciation to you all. See you over in Zoom.